I'm about to flip the script, flip the switch, magic trick, watch this, watch this. I'm about to make you trip, make you glitch, camera click, watch this, watch this. I put it like gold, check out the view. Out with the old, and in with the new. I'm in my new era. I'm better in my new era. I'm better in my new era.
North London on a grey December day, but fear not, you've come to the right place to brighten your Sunday afternoon, because here at the StoneX Stadium, it's the place where Saracens sparks fly. The top try-scoring team in Premiership Women's Rugby are our hosts this afternoon to a Loughborough Lightning side who are bursting into life and ready to strike after scoring 50 points at home last week. Welcome to PWR Round 6. Well, good afternoon. Welcome one, welcome all. There wasn't much sunshine to enjoy today, it's fair to say, but we are in for a bright afternoon's entertainment, and we have wheeled out the big guns. The biggest gun, arguably. World Rugby World Player of the Year, Sophie de Goody is with us. Hey, Sophie, how are you?
I'm well, thanks for having me.
Oh, it's lovely to have you with us. People will ask, why not pulling the boots on currently? Let's get that out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, I think I made a big push to get back for World Cup, and my knee, there's a little bit of a cartilage defect going on in there, so I had to get it cleaned up last week, and then should be able to get back for the rounds after the Christmas break.
We are very much looking forward to you having back, but it's our absolute treat to be able to have you on commentary and in presentation today. Things are pretty good around here. Second in the table, undefeated after that round one little wobble. What do you put that down to? What's the vibe?
Yeah, well, I think Saracens has struggled to start in the past probably and put themselves in tough situations in the second half of the season. So I think that would have been a focus for them coming into the season, is start strong. Unfortunately, the Gloucester game wasn't quite it, but then they've been on a run of wins since then. I think performing really, really well going into today.
Yeah, and these are also two teams who make the most metres per game on average. Loughborough Lightning actually topped the chart, Saracens in second. Where do you see those threats coming from this afternoon from the visitors?
Yeah, from the visitors, I think they'll look to get the ball wide, although with the conditions, it'll be interesting to see how they respond. They also have a lot of retained kicks compared to all the other teams in the league, so I think you'll see Helen Nelson playing around with that, Kelter running some hard lines. I mean, you'll see those big names stepping up, especially on a wet, rainy day like today. They're going to want to power through those players. Yeah,
the likes of Olive Kelter, former Saracen, Fancy Bermudas, of course, who's another spy among the ranks in terms of the Loughborough Lightning side. Of course, this is the last game of the weekend, so we can just bring you up to speed with what happened yesterday and those three games there. 192 points scored across those three matches yesterday. If you don't want to see the other results, obviously look away now. Exeter Chiefs scored 7 tries, a 41-10 beating of Bristol Bears at Sandy Park. Tough season in Bear Country at the minute. The champions, Gloucester Hartpury, survived quite the test from Trailfinders at Kingsholm, leading 24 points to 7 to then win by a single point, 29-28. Trailfinders, who take 2 league points from their trip west. And Leicester Tigers, 3 tries last week against Loughborough, 4 tries against Quins for the try bonus point, their first point in the league of the season. They led for 25 minutes before 8 tries from Ross Chisholm's side saw Harlequins home and dry, 28-56 in the end. And then, if we look at the PWR table, it all means that Exeter Chiefs temporarily jump into second spot before today's match here. Gloucester Hartpury not dropping a point at the top, with Loughborough Lightning keen to keep looking upwards, having nudged into the top 4 ahead of this encounter. Right, the stage is set then. Let's hear from the two coaches in charge of these two teams ahead of this one. Well, Alex, the conditions are going to be interesting this afternoon. How have you prepared for this week?
In these conditions, look, we know what time per year it is, and we know that there's going to be rain at times, but I think it's actually going to ease off a little bit once the game gets going. It's something that we prepare for, and we're used to training, and so not really much of an issue today. The weather is what it is.
You've had a good few weeks, that unbeaten run of 4 victories. What do you put that down to?
Players playing well. There's a lot of confidence, and then confidence breeds confidence, and we're starting to become more cohesive. I think it really is a challenge for all clubs at the beginning of the season. How quickly can you come together? And the girls so far have fast-tracked some of those learnings, some of those relationships, and simply by having more time together helps do that. And we're in a good space, but we've got to keep on building, because teams will also find their sweet spot as well. So we just got to make sure we keep the gap between us and some of the other teams that's started to develop.
You've got a Centurion taking to the field this afternoon, Kelsey Clifford. A word on her contribution to the club.
Oh, fantastic! We just did a little piece just before we came down. Some pictures of her when she was doing some trials here as a 15, 16-year-old. What she's already achieved, as a 23-year-old, is people will be more than happy with that as an entire career. I think it's just really exciting where she can go, and I think the key to that will be Kelsey being herself, which is working hard, going under the radar a lot of times, and being a lot of fun to be with on and off the field. So yeah, I wish her all the best and congratulate her on a fantastic achievement, and hopefully it's the first of many more to come, and we'll see if she can push Sonic closer later on in her career.
I'm sure she'll appreciate that from you. In terms of today then, taking on Loughborough Lightning, a team that are sort of growing in confidence, finding points before Christmas, which I know Nathan Smith feels is a novelty. Was it going to be won or lost today?
Oh, they're a good team. They can hurt you in a lot of ways. They want to play the ball. They've got some great defensive options as well. So set pieces where it will come down to, particularly given these conditions, who can get the foothold there and then who can play on top. And ultimately, I don't necessarily think it's going to be about a certain area. I think it's going to be physically about the area. Who goes into the 22s and executes well. But given these conditions, you're not necessarily going to get as many chances as you'd like. So you've got to make sure you're successful with those conversions. And I think it will come down to which team is the most clinical.
Good luck. Go well.
Thank you very much.
Well, Nathan, down the motorway you've come, and a chance to take on a team that are in pretty good form themselves after you picked up a few last week. How have you prepared for this?
Yeah, just prepared as ever. We've had quite a few Sunday fixtures, so the training week's slightly different. But we've had some good preparation. We're fully aware of how well Saracens are playing and how dangerous they are. So yeah, looking forward to the challenge.
Yeah, a couple of ex-Saracens in your ranks as well. What have you made of their form over the season so far?
What, in terms of Saracens? Yeah, they've obviously got off to a slow start against Gloucester. However, I think they're probably the informed team in the league. I think they're playing the best stuff. They're very hard to stop when they get going. So we're going to be up against it. But the girls, we're a pretty motivated bunch. So we're looking for a good contest.
Yeah, 50 appearances for Carmela Morale. A word on her contribution to the team?
Yeah, first and foremost, really proud of her. She was one of the younger girls, obviously, when I came into the programme. So her getting 50 caps is making me feel a little bit old as well at the moment. But she's, she's been great for the group. She's grown as a player, as a leader as well. She's vice captain in the team, and yeah, we're really lucky to have her.
What does this Lightning side need to do this afternoon to stop that Saracens machine having an easy afternoon?
I think we need to start well. First 20 minutes is crucial, especially we started poorly against Tigers on Saturday, so if we start the same, we'll get punished harder than we did against them. And, we've just got to respect the ball a little bit more than we did against Tigers as well. So I think if we do that, we'll be in a good position.
Good luck. Thanks for your time.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
Well, great to hear from both coaches. The conditions don't get any better here, but the company certainly does, because delighted to have been joined by, two people who are going to be playing scrum half this afternoon. We've got Liz Maud and Liv Apps. Thank you both very much for joining us. One from each team. We like to keep things fair. Now, these are two players. You are both players who have experience of playing on the 7 circuit as well as the 15 circuit, coming up against each other there, no less, as much as they're going to this afternoon. It dawned on me to ask you, Liz, first of all, how are you enjoying life at Loughborough Lightning, and how does that 7s game compare to 15s when you've got a few other mates on the field?
Yeah, it's definitely been an exciting kind of pre-season, I guess. Myself adapting to the changes from 7s. There's definitely a few more people on the pitch. The weather's obviously not so great compared to 7, so missing the sun a bit, I guess. But I think just it's definitely been an adjustment, maybe understanding a bit more game management, rather than just kind of giving the ball to fast people and hoping that they score. Making sure that the forwards get their job done, I think, has been a massive part of that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and Liv, along those 7s lines, you're obviously travelling with your nation, but also with all the other nations when you're doing the circuit. Do you get to spend a lot of time becoming friends with your rivals, or how does that work?
Yeah, I would say so. I would say the 7s series has a nice camaraderie to it, I say, and I feel like a lot of the nations, we interact in the meal hall, we interact in between matches, and I would say definitely build to the last Olympics. I feel like a lot of us got really close, and a lot of heartbreaks in the Olympics and a lot of success stories, and it was really nice to be able to celebrate that and also be there for each other, even though you're competing on other sides of the pitch. But that's a part of 7s that I do really appreciate.
Yeah. What do you know about her?
I'm not sure I can say that.
A good human, right?
Yeah, definitely good.
Yeah, okay, good. Not getting in the way in the lunch queue?
No, I think we take our turns at breakfast.
And when, I've spoken to Emma Uren at Trailfinders about this as well, when you're coming into 15s, you can find yourself chasing after every ruck, going, I've got to be absolutely everywhere, and there are other people on the field to do it. How does the role of the 9 change?
I kind of need to be at every ruck, whereas in 7s I kind of just pass the ball and hope for the best, whereas now I have to kind of boss the forwards about a bit and then kind of manage the backs' expectations when they might get the ball. So I think it's definitely kind of been testing myself in that aspect of things, just getting used to kind of managing the game, not necessarily like just giving it to the wingers and like too early, I guess.
Yeah, does it need a bit more of a sort of improved comms aspect as well?
Yeah, it's definitely been like a learning curve, and it's still something that I'm challenging myself with. But like each game playing in the Prem at the minute, it's like in an exciting league, so it's a good place to challenge myself.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Prem being an exciting league, Liv, you've obviously played more for country than you have for club. How does the Prem compare to the international standard?
I would say it's definitely, it's the best professional league that women can play rugby, and I say that like there's such a high caliber of athletes here, and so you are getting a competitive game every weekend, and I think that's like the beauty of the PWR is you get the best in the world here in this league, and you see some Kiwis coming over, which makes the game even more exciting. So for me, it's definitely been a pleasure to come from Canada, come from Sevens, and play in this league, and definitely like learning so much every weekend, which is really cool.
Liv Apps read the brief in terms of the PWR promotion. Listen, we really appreciate you both spending time with us as we build up to this. Friends now, rivals no doubt very, very soon, because we are getting ever closer to kick-off. So, well, certainly Sophie and I should better get ourselves upstairs as this one gets underway. Few matches in English club rugby stir the soul like an East Midlands derby. Just 45 miles separate Northampton and Leicester. PWR round 5 is ready to go.
Yeah, it's all live. Foreign pulling up to the front, tongue tied. Wannabes wanna be us, no lie. 4K getting angles, grip my waist with the bass going bang, bang, bang. Taking me slow, no chaser. So don't be shy.
Someone sticks the kick through and it's going to sit up beautifully. Oh, that's the way to make your Premiership debut. And now it's by Westcombe Evans streaking down the touchline. Westcombe Evans cruises in. Oh, and then the vision from Lucy Calladine. It's going to be Bo Westcombe Evans for 4. Well, it was smiles on faces for Loughborough Lightning last week, scoring the half-ton 50 points against Leicester Tigers. Just a chance to see them a little earlier. And well, let's have a look at the teams then for this one. Alex Osterby spoke this week about the challenge to manage not just the physical load of his players, but the mental one too. Not rushed into too many changes for this after their thumping of Trailfinders. 100th appearance in a Saracens jersey for Kelsey Clifford. Moving to tight-headed place with Donna Rose with Liz Crate coming in. Poppy Cleal moves into the second row, which makes space for Gabby Semp to be handed her first start of the season. Liv Axe will continue to feed Zoe Harrison with as much front foot ball as the piano shifters can offer. No Lottie Clapp, so Sydney Gregson moves to cover that left wing. And Beth Blacklock alongside Emma Hardy in midfield. Jess Breach continuing at fullback for a second week. And the most notable name on the Saracens bench, the return of Sophie Bridger, who will wear number 22. For Loughborough Lightning, well, their victory against Tigers last week saw them bring up those 50, including 4 tries for one Bo Westcombe Evans. It's virtually an unchanged backline from last week, given Lucia Scott came on for 5 minutes, scoring on debut as well. And a special day for Carmela Morale, who brings up 50 appearances in the Africa Violet. In the pack, therefore, Nathan Smith has chosen to strengthen things. A full front row sees Young, Calladine and Sangapolu come in. There's additional ballast in the engine room with USA Eagle Rachel Ericke getting a first season start next to world champion Ives Campion. The back row also reinforced with another Red Rose World Cup winner Asadia Kabea in from the get-go with a welcome return for Hainiala Latui, who gets through a lot of work. Further internationals on the Lightning bench. Christine Belisle, one of those, back into the 23. Well, the two teams out and ready to go. Likes of Kelsey Clifford and Carmela Morale leading each of their sides. Our referee for this one is Michael Lamb. Will be assisted by Kieran Henry and Daryl Chapman. Saracens have been such a dominant force since that opening season loss to Gloucester Hartpury. And it's just been the error from Liz Maud. Heard the referee perhaps say that it came off her own player. Oh, and it was just Sadia Kabea who I think was caught in two minds as to how much ball protection she needed to offer.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where Sarries attack from the scrum. A really nice way to start the game. You got an attacking scrum just outside the 22, so I think this will be really telling of where they're trying to attack Loughborough off set piece.
Voice of Sophie de Goody, if you're just joining us. World Rugby World Player of the Year, who is joining us for this one in the murk and mist and rain in North London. Not too cold though. Apps is waiting. Not too much movement on the scrum initially. In fact, it then started to go the way of the Loughborough Lightning side. Harrison was on the wraparound. Sort of looked like she thought it wasn't coming to her in the end, when then it was. Kelter goes in, the former Saracen, to try and get over the top of it. Then it's a Macaulay, name-checked by Alex Osterbury during the week as a player he's been really, really impressed with. Actually had been tracking her from before her days as a Leicester Tiger. No. Canadian teammate of de Goody alongside us. Poppy Cleal, who is having a very Poppy Cleal start to the season. Some great stats to back her up we'll come to in just a minute, but it's May Campbell who gets it on. That's really well plucked out of the air from a Macaulay. And then the clear out. Campbell will play 9. Lofted one for Clifford, who is hit by Sangapolu. There for Apps. And in fact, Sangapolu is going to be the one who gives away the penalty. Not rolling away, but not holding on is Gabby Senft, who will make those key meters. Penalty advantage. Cleal nearly getting all the way through. Gets the offload away. Another one. She's top of the season stats for that. Penalty advantage called over now. Such is the thrust of the attack from Saracens inside the first 3 minutes of the match. Up to the line once more. Apps. Cleal opts to ride the tackle that time, knowing it'll draw in a couple of defenders. Apps looks to go the other side. Have they got enough there to allow Corrigan into the corner? Oh, what a start! Saracens showing the sort of menace that has seen them beat teams by an average of 46 points over the course of their PWR season so far. And Alicia Corrigan gets a 5th of the season.
It's funny, I was about to say Saracens won't be very happy with their opening attack there. Set piece didn't quite go as expected. They weren't really going anywhere right around the halfway line, and then penalty advantage, and Gabrielle Semp just injected a bit of pacer on the breakdown there, and then it was off to the races. Really quick delivery from Olivia Apps at the breakdown, and then an easy finish in the corner for Alicia Corrigan. She'll do that any day of the week.
And right in the middle of it was a 17th offload of the season from Poppy Cleal. She is top of the log in terms of that stat. Beaten 20 defenders, she's 3rd for that one. Alec Kelter, incidentally, of Loughborough Lightning is top of that one. But it's Alicia Corrigan who, well, was on 4 tries going into this one. Just one behind Maisie Allen, who was 5th, but Maisie scored one to go 6 yesterday. So Alicia Corrigan is breathing down the neck of those at the top there in terms of scores. She actually got 7 tries in her last test matches as well, so she is a player that knows how to find the line. 5 points on the board then for the home side, and from the restart, it's a really solid clearance from Zoe Harrison.
Be interesting to see where Loughborough go here off their line out. Last weekend they went to Olive Kelter a couple times on a switch play, both off line out and scrum, and so I imagine Sarahs will have seen that and look to defend that inside channel.
In from Caledine. Chance to see Lightning at first phase. Solid carry up the middle. Maud had the opportunity to speak to pre-game. That was just forwards. It was in line with our cameras, in line with the referee. Felt a little needless.
Yeah, just looking to get Fancy Bermudez involved there. She's working off her wing, trying to get some touches on the ball. Unfortunately, just didn't quite go the way I imagine they planned it.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing how this second scrum goes. Series started to look a little creaky there off the back of the first one, so I imagine Loughborough will try to push them again. And they'll be happy with the way the first one went.
Liv Apps, Canadian scrum half in that Rugby World Cup final. Great character, isn't she?
Yeah, she can really, I mean, she's an incredible player, but she can really hold a room off the field too. She's such a good friend, and I think she's a real good character for the women's rugby game.
What's her forte in holding a room?
She can crack a joke for sure, and I just think she's larger than life as a character. Like she knows herself inside and out, and I think that just breeds for good conversation.
She's spoken so eloquently about her journey through alopecia as a young woman. Had the opportunity to work on some interviews that Liv Apps has given around that over time, and she's breaking well here. Took the sensible option then to hold on to that, and Corrigan then able to assist. May Campbell bouncing into one side of Yakabea. Red rose on red rose. Apps now for Immaculée. They're certainly eyeing up the short side against Loughborough Lightning a few times now in the opening couple of minutes. Clifford will play link player. It's knocked on by Rosie Gallagher in midfield, and Alice Kelter is dancing. Certainly plenty of Canadians out there on the field to enjoy for this contest. And now that ball is out. Cleo waited, bided her time, got in, and now it's Campbell. You wouldn't know that it's been raining constantly for the last 4 or 5 hours, the amount of close handling that we're seeing in this game. It's got off to a breakneck speed. Campbell again, through from Hardy. Gallagher that time ships it on, then Packer, then it's down the line. Breach joining at 15. Blacklock. Or is it Gregson, sorry? Clifford. Players arrive, Apps is there. Gabrielle Sempt is going to be the next one to come onto it. The Saracens attack looking irresistible so far. Big defensive shift required from Nathan Smith's Loughborough Lightning side again here. In the 22 once more comes Saracens. Building through the phases. Apps the chance to release the back line again. This time, well, Zoe Harrison tried to thread it through, but it didn't quite make it past the Africa Violet bodies, and so Sadia Kabea the first to jump on it. Maud needs that ball, but it's going to be the penalty for a non-release. Bit of strapping's gone awry from Poppy Cleal, but another great attack from the home side.
Yeah, Loughborough will be pleased to have held them off because they looked poised to score another try there. I think the Saracens are using the short side really, really well. They're just attacking wherever the best, most simple space is, not trying to complicate it. Oh, missed touch there. Nice control by Apps.
Yeah, a little bit of Teckers from the scrum half on the feet. Corrigan goes around a couple. Bermudez lined up the last player to make the attack, and the defence has had to fold around. And oh, it's lovely work from Gregson, the in and the out against Kabea, and keeps the ball alive and infield. When it's going right, it's going really right. Packer offloads to Cleal, and now it's opened up in the middle. It's another super run for Liz Craik. Former trail finder in acres of space, more than she might have expected herself to be. Cleal, offload again for Clifford on the 100. Is it going to be for Kelsey Clifford? Oh, just short, but now the chance to finish. And Saracens are just helping themselves. It's Liv Apps who gets the score. A second on the board inside 10 minutes. And Loughborough Lightning have got some talking to do under those uprights. Sophie de Goody.
Yeah, just seeing the offloading game come alive there for Saracens. It's so tough as a defending team to be constantly on your heels. They're just having to back up, and they don't have time to get set because then the ball's being moved so quickly from that breakdown by Apps or by other players. You're seeing Campbell step in, Poppy Cleo step in as well. So it's really tough as a defense to constantly be on the hind foot.
Now, I've got to ask the question at this point. Did the team choose the try music?
It goes by players. So Olivia Apps did choose Adele.
Did she?
Yes.
Excellent. So we got a bit of Adele there for when Liv Apps scored. It's sort of not quite the celebratory big time music I expected, but hey, we're open to everything here in the women's game.
Sing along, yeah. She's typically a team DJ, so she knows her music well. I think she's just trying to play to the crowd.
She likes a ballad by the sounds of things.
Yeah. Loughborough's going to want to maybe narrow up a bit here, or just try to make some more dominant hits, get hands on ball, try to get ball on all tackles, just to kill that offload game from Saracens, or it's going to be a long afternoon.
Yeah, it certainly will be. They need to certainly have some attacks in the right area of the field themselves. Oh, thought that ball might spill out. Oh, charge down from Cabea on Harrison. That's a pressure moment, certainly. They will be fully aware of the World Cup finalist player of the match, as she was at Allianz Stadium that day.
You want your big players stepping up when you're down 2 tries early to start the game, and Sadia Cabea there just making a big play, putting Saracens under pressure, letting Zoe Harrison know she's there. And you want that from your best players when you're down under the pump.
Super kick downfield. Great meters. Puts the pressure back on.
Yeah. I'll let you readjust, I'm not going to get involved, okay?
That front row change from last week. Anne Young, Lucy Calladine, May Sung and Polo. Calladine waits to get this one in. Ives Campion makes the call and receives it.
Thank you, not straight.
Oh, but the call's not straight.
Good pressure there by Rosie Galligan in the air.
Scrum.
Come on, you Sarries, let's make some noise!
Arguably the wind was the one that took that, wasn't it? But you've got to be able to deal with the elements.
It is tough conditions for a thrower today. I'm not sure you can see it on the broadcast, but it's windy down here at StoneX.
Yeah, gusty winds and plenty of moisture in the air as well.
Crouch!
Grateful that we have got the artificial surface so that it's not going to ruin the spectacle.
Set!
Plenty of noise at the scrum. That one's going to be reset. Lily Ives Campion alongside Rachel Ericke in that second row for Loughborough Lightning. The American getting a first start, just with the number 5 on the back.
It'll be interesting to see that line-out battle between Lily Ives Campion and Rosie Galligan, both Red Rose internationals, both calling the lineups for their teams, and both probably the leaders on the defensive end as well. So I'll be looking forward to seeing who comes out tops on that one.
And there is a certain England assistant coach in the form of Sarah Hunter in the building as well, who will be keeping an eye on those Red Roses. Apps will break. Harrison, Hardy, not going to get it back that time. Hardy happy to take the meters, as any solid 12 will offer. Harrison that time. Gregson often stepping in at the centre. Normally where we would see Sophie Gregson, but she was able to do it there with the 11 on her back this time. And then the lovely chip from Apps. Oh, and it's going to be gathered by Corrigan. It's working out brilliantly for Saracens. Everything they're doing at the minute touching to gold. Apps driven back. Harrison plays scrum half, and Macaulay driven by Packer.
Tackle a roll! Off the Sarries boot, play on!
Loose ball on the floor though, and Ives Campion will help herself to it. Maud looking for where it's going to go. Nelson.
Don't do that again.
Helen Nelson will find touch this time, and that is a needed breather.
Yeah, another storm weathered there by Loughborough, but they're going to want to start playing in the other side of the pitch if they want to put some pressure under Sarries, because right now it's been a bit of a one-sided attack.
I don't know whether it's because we spoke to her pre-game, but it seems as if Liv Apps in this match has just been given an even greater freedom of the StoneX field.
There we go, goes the other way.
Seems to really be leading, choosing the options, opting for the little kick.
I think the style of play that Saracens are playing this year really empowers the scrum halves, and Liv Apps is perfect for that role. She plays so quick, whether it's that sevens background or just her athletic ability, and you'll see her attacking whatever space is most simple. So she goes the short side again with Alicia Corrigan there with the little kick through. And how great has it been to see the two wingers involved too? Lots of touches for Sid Gregson and Alicia Corrigan with the try already on the board.
Absolutely. And also just inviting that Loughborough Lightning defence to come up to make the hit, but then if you can thread the kick through, get in behind as Corrigan was.
as I was saying there, the line-out battle. Ives Campion getting up in the air on the Loughborough side and disrupting the Saracens line-out. So I think that'll be really interesting to follow throughout the game. Maybe not something as spectators that we always relish following, but I think the line-out battle is a really interesting part of the game and where a lot of tries are scored off the back of. So if you can disrupt that try source, it can be really key for a defence.
Back from Dubai, back into the assistant coach role. Probably the most highly qualified water girl in women's rugby, Emily Scarrett, double world champion among the coaching ranks for Loughborough Lightning. Oh, she's feeling that one, isn't she? A few more extras for that one.
5, 6.
Maud waits. Latui feeds it away. Now the Lightning attack being given a chance to run, and run they will. It's good from Bo Westcombe-Evans joining from the left side. First time we've really seen them in full flight. That was much better. Saracens look to try and slow it down, but it is there. Nelson will feed away into midfield. Calladine got the support that was needed to help drive her through. Nelson once more. Sangapolu was the dummy runner.
Tackle.
Cleel doing her best to try and hold up Daisy Hibbert-Jones, the Lightning skipper. Nelson option that time to go for Anne Young. Latui is another option. But now Morale wants to thread it through. That's a good little tip on to avoid the threat of Apps, who was in the passing channel behind. Great awareness, even if it didn't quite all come off. Apps was praying and waiting to be the lucky recipient.
Great touch there. Just off the set piece, saw Bo Westcombe-Evans. Oh, here we see the touch. Incredible awareness by Olive Kelter there to get it over Olivia Apps. I think she would have been going the other way. But you're seeing Loughborough try to get it wide, try to unleash their backs. Bo Westcombe-Evans off the strike play, making a nice break. She was a 4-try scorer last weekend on her 50th cap, so they'll definitely be looking to unleash her today.
Yeah, a few corkers last week. 39 tries now. Knock-on advantage. Packer in the line. Down it comes. Put on the toe. In the outside channel by Blacklock. The advantage over with that kick away. Bermudez. Hardy was cleared out. Morale. It's a low one for Sangapoli to take, and in fact it was smuggled away for Eriki. Morale. Just look at a hole that Sarri's defence once more. Clifford not able to get in on it. USA internationals across the park. Canadians too. We are treated in Premiership women's rugby with the standard and the number of international class athletes that we get to enjoy. Speaking of which, one Jess Breach in for her pal Zoe Harrison to send downfield. Helen Nelson. Battle of English and Scottish fly halves out there on the StoneX turf this afternoon. Loud blast on the whistle. Just a bit of a high shot. Nothing more than a penalty going against Poppy Cleel.
Both Gabby Senft and Poppy Cleel will want to just lower their tackle height there. Just pretty innocent shot, but they'll want to correct that moving forward because that'll be a penalty all day.
Joint top for gain line carries. Poppy Cleel. That's just another one of the stats. I thought I'd save that one to tell you at that point. It's a good drive from Lightning. Goes to ground. Is the referee happy that that was legal? Seems to be. Maud. So often in those environments you see the arm go up from the referee, but then Bermudez joining, looking to use the feet and cause some problems, and that's solid coming through the gap from Lucia Scott. Well, she was on the bench last week, Scott, but had to come on after 5 minutes after Bulu Matai Tonga had to leave the field with an HIA. Played the 75, scored on her first touch, did Lucia Scott. So rewarded with a chance here. That's a good gap from Sangapolu, but couldn't hold on to it. It was a tricky take. Now then, Campbell will boot it away. Has a little look outside to see if anybody's going to tell her off for that. looks like it's a safe option and not a bad one from a front rower.
May Campbell has been using the boot a lot this season. She might end up on the top kicking meters list.
We're all here for it.
Looks like Loughborough going back to the maul again here. They got some good meterage off that.
They've actually managed to lose a couple of the Saracens who came through, and penalty advantage is called. It's a short line for Kelter. It was well read by Sarries that time, who effect a good turnover. So we'll come back for the advantage that was being played.
Number 3, change of binds.
That's 2 clean lineouts now for Loughborough that they've won, and both have gone straight to the maul. So clearly an area of the game that they're looking to attack Saracens today, and doing well at it so far.
Helen Nelson is eyeing up this touchline. How many metres can she give the forwards? Caladine wanders in. It is pretty good.
That's a great kick. That makes you so happy as a forward when you know you just have 5 meters to drive. Nothing more frustrating than your fly half kicking it 10 meters out when they're only at the 22.
You do your job, we'll do ours.
Exactly.
Ives Campion. Well, the maul has certainly got more than 3 or 4 metres in the last couple of attempts. Can they manage to make it get through again? Cleal is told that she can't interfere from that position, but Lightning choose to use it. Morale had to step back. 50th club appearance. Really growing in that midfield, learning alongside the likes of Emily Scarrett. Retired now, of course. Marley Packer putting the body on the line still. Double world champion in the Saracens ranks. Sangapolu with it. It's pick and go time from Nathan Smith's side. Oh, and the turnover penalty will be won. May Campbell using that low squat frame and over the ball, and kills the attempt from Loughborough. Stone dead.
2 off feet, lateral off feet.
Well defended maul here by Saracens. You can see Julia Amakwale and Kelsey Clifford on the edges there, just trying to pocket and hold the Loughborough maul into the centre where they have the fence on the backside.
I think actually the call from the referee may have been Latcher off their feet, so I think it was players coming in from Loughborough Lightning getting over the ball in a way that made it impossible, illegal for Saracens to be able to compete. So despite May Campbell getting in, the penalty was coming, and that'll frustrate the visitors.
Sack is good.
2 tries down in that opening 10-minute period, but they've settled a little more now. Nathan Smith talked about wanting a good start in that first 20. He's not quite got it in terms of points, but it looks like his side has settled a little more now. Oh, not an easy one for Wescombe. Evans keeps it alive, finds Maud. Ives Campion hunted down by Amakwale. Maud for Nelson.
Clear release.
Good extra couple of metres just to tiptoe into the Saracens half. Popped up just to try and get around the last defender.
Great hands there. Just knows where her teammate's going to be and pops it right off her shoulder.
KMA Sangapolu has just taken a knee for a moment. Continue to play. Ives Campion drifting into the outside channel. Latui just got held up with the body in the way, trying to get in to defend and help secure possession at that ruck. Eventually did so. Hibbert Jones gets the knee to the floor. Maud, oh, under pressure again. That was high. She may have felt a bit of that now. Referee might have a little bit more to consider.
Thank you.
Julia Amakwale just comes flying in on the defensive end, and so often it leads to these incredible tackles. On that one there, she just got her timing a little bit wrong and her height a little bit wrong.
So working through, although we've got head contact, for me it's direct head-on-head contact, but I think there's a low degree of danger because she's passively absorbent. So a yellow card. Anything else? Okay, thank you. 6.
So we can hear the referee there, and let's just listen to the conversation.
me it's a low degree of danger if it's a yellow card. We've still got time off the medic in the middle of the pitch.
You can understand the aggression that Gillian Rackle is trying to bring to the hit, but probably a little too upright, and I think the referee's got that one spot on.
Definitely, any type of head contact, you're probably starting with the card. He says she's a bit passive in that, low degree of danger, and so it's staying at a yellow. And it looks like Maud's okay, so that's good, positive.
Can I just get a quick time check as well, please?
Just see when we saw the replay there, she almost just stopped her momentum as she got to the tackle area. There was still that head-on-head collision, but I think the referee, in quick time and without the TMO, has taken a reasonable view at that. And I think we can commend him for that.
Time check, has anyone got me? No, have you got me on top? No.
We can certainly hear you, Michael.
Water off, please!
So Loughborough now, Saracens are down a forward, so I would imagine we're going to go, looks like we're going to the corner again here from Helen Nelson, and then I would imagine that you're going to see another maul. Trying to take advantage of that numbers disparity.
Lucy Calladine had already gone down to prepare herself and a dry ball. Referee was saying, I think I'd rather like you this side of the ball while the penalty kick's taken. You will see hookers do that the world over these days. And he wanted a bit of better order. That was the collision. I think you could see Maud signalling it to the referee at the time. But yellow card then. Saracens down to 14. Can Loughborough Lightning use this platform? It's a good competition. Gallagher getting up has forced it to go a little wide and a little not straight.
Yeah, as a line-out caller, you can see what Lily Ives Campion's trying to do. She's trying to get a back ball. It's a great position to attack from, whether you're looking to punch them all and you have a bit more room on either side, or whether you're looking to then unleash the backs, because you open up both sides of attack. But unfortunately, it's a tougher throw, and Saracens were able to get up and defend it.
Small margins. Undefeated since that round one loss. 36 tries scored coming into this one. You can make that 38 now across the PWR. That's the most in the competition going into round 5. Top for defenders beaten as well. Break from Senft. Felled by Maud. Gallagher picks and goes. Apps will use Clifford. Wanted her to reverse out of the protective role she was about to play at ruck time to say, no, I fancy you for a carry, please.
Good quality in a 9, just directing.
Heavy traffic. Good take from Maud. Former GB7 player. Stepping nicely, taking responsibility for a bit of go forward. Maud wants it, and it's the turnover. May Campbell got in again. Lightning are just finding themselves isolated a few too many times in key areas where momentum appears like it's just going to arrive. But Saracens snuff it out.
May Campbell, again, as you said, wasn't rewarded for the actual turnover on that goal line stand, but just her presence at the breakdown, it's forcing players to go off feet and seal, so she can't get on the ball. And in this occasion, she is able to get on the ball and force the turnover. So she's so ever present at breakdown, and it's one of her real super strengths. Also good at her core roles. She was, I believe she leads the league in throws won for Saracens.
Correct. Stat, tick, Sophie de Gooding.
Okay. Loughborough, let's go. Loughborough.
37. I can back you up, you see, what a team we've
Got that in
become
my
already.
notes.
Guys, can I just get what are we on stop-start time, please?
Referee just wanting to check his timing on watch. Our clock is our best estimation. Campbell It took a little while to get there, but Rosie Gallagher knew that it was coming to her. Packer. Then Gallagher. Cleal, second row partner. Knew to absorb the contact with the quick spin and turn. Gabrielle Senft is well driven back by Latui.
Thank you, mate. 5 playing the 9 from an offside position. Okay.
That's the second time we've seen Loughborough sack the maul, so as series are coming down at the line out, they're looking to get up there. But I think both times it's been Lily Ives Campion that's done a great job of pulling down the attacking player when they have the ball, so not allowing series to set up their maul. So let's see what they do at the back of this line out.
It's a really technical area of the game, isn't it, that? Because you're not allowed to touch a player in the air at the line out. You're allowed to compete. You can't put an arm across them. The timing of all of that has to be absolutely spot on, doesn't it?
It's all about timing in the dark arts.
Maud back for Nelson as Lightning look to try and get out of this area of the field once more. 2 tries conceded. They'd love to get themselves on the board at the other end, but it's Harrison with Apps looking for the little kick that she could reclaim herself. Not able to do so as Sangapolu is the one to get there. Oh, Apps was straight in over it. And the referee is quick to award those this afternoon, isn't he? Not much time on it, and Apps was in there. 7 style.
Definitely the speed of it was 7 style too, with the speed of which the ref gave that penalty. Does a really good job in her detail there of making sure she targets the ball, not just the body.
He almost started on body, but made sure that right arm got under the ball. Sangapolu not letting her have it, and a quick call, and on we go. About halfway through the yellow card by my reckoning, maybe a little longer. Lily Ives Campion has got in there, I think, to spoil things, possibly wrestle it back. Now she's on the floor, she's going to have to let go. Oh no, she's not. Ball goes to floor. Or in fact, the point is it didn't get to ground from a Saracens perspective. And the work of Lily Ives Campion in the middle has ensured that that is a turnover. The ball was in a maul.
I don't need girls coming in from 20 metres.
That's a great play by Lily Ives Campion. Does a really good job at first keeping her feet, not bringing down the maul when she's on it, and then just keeps that hand on it, makes it difficult for Olivia Apps just long enough for the referee to call that, and then no love lost there after the whistle.
Well, she's effectively held off the ground by Rosie Gallagher at that point, wasn't she? That's the nature of that maul, having not officially got to ground. So no need to release entirely, and that's how Lightning have now possession. They are weathering storms, but they have yet to get a Lightning strike of their own.
They are doing a really good job here of staying in the fight, though. This is 2 tries by Saracens in the first 10 minutes, and now over the last 20, it's been a much more even game. Loughborough playing a lot more with the ball in their hands, so I think if they can get a score here before the half, it would really change the complexion of this game.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
In from Maud, Latui had to go looking for it. Kelter. Oh, it's gone forwards on the transfer.
It did just look forward out of the hands there from Latui. Incredible line by Olive Kelter. She punches those holes so well every weekend. Definitely someone that Loughborough want to get on the ball, but they just couldn't quite get it to hand there.
Been quite the performer, Aniala Latui. Rested last weekend after a bit of a head knock against Exeter, but somehow manages to still be top of the season carries chart with 67. That tells you how much work Aniala Latui has got through. Not able to do much there given the timing of the pass.
Yeah, maybe want to just let her carry there next time. She's so effective at it.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Quite a few people with opinions, I think, for referee Michael Lamb over there.
Yeah, these teams know each other well. There's a couple players that have played for both sides. And as I said, I think there's no love lost on the field, and then they'll have a good catch up about it afterwards.
Who do you expect to bring the most terrible chat from a Loughborough Lightning perspective?
I don't know. The one I know the best on the Loughborough Lightning is Fancy Bermudez, and to be fair to her, she's actually pretty good at chat. So.
What's your chat like? That's the main question.
Horrible.
Okay. Horrible or terrible?
Whatever's worse.
Excellent. I think horrible's worse. Of course, seeing some of the advertising going around for the Women's Six Nations, which will be with us in a matter of months, end of April, or mid-April, I should say. England against Ireland, which will be at the Allianz Stadium. Plenty of these players will be performing at that point. Over half the tickets sold.
It'd be great to see how teams are looking to evolve heading into a new cycle post what was an incredible World Cup. I think it'll be really, really fascinating to see what type of style of play, what new players are coming into the squads. So I'm really looking forward to watching the Six Nations.
Is there any easing of the pain from that final, Sophie?
No, I don't think there will be for quite some time, if not ever, unless we can go get it done in 2029. But it was just truly, objectively, an incredible occasion in the atmosphere, especially looking back on it. Didn't quite appreciate it in the moment, but looking back on it,
yeah,
just I guess an amazing job done.
I guess that's what I'm tapping into, yeah, that sort of sense of, well, we were part of something incredible, even if you may still be feeling the pain of what you know you'd love to have achieved.
Definitely a real spectacle for not just women's rugby, but rugby on the whole.
Second biggest ever Rugby World Cup final. Men's or women's.
Crouch!
What a time. Take us back to those sunny days, can you?
I would love to.
Set!
Sarries, another attacking opportunity here. Big miss pass that time. Blacklock will feed Breach. It's pretty Route 1 stuff this time. Gregson shuffled into touch. Aliv Kelter, no problem showing her the exit.
Really well defended there by Loughborough. Allowed Sarries to get to the edge and then just shepherded them into the touch. As we say in rugby, touchline never misses, so it's a great final defender.
Sometimes it's just about asking the questions in that sort of running on outside lines, isn't it? Just to check that your opposition are up to muster.
They're on their mark.
We've had a fair few line-outs called not straight. Hence the intensity from Sarries to want to compete here.
Great line-out by Loughborough.
Referee had a good look at it. That's another carry from the Tui. Nelson's there for it. Kelter is the dummy runner. Now it comes through Morale. Didn't have a lot of room to try and bring Scott into it at that point. Sarries' defence is coming up hard to try and shut the space down.
Tackle release.
Nelson, Lightning, oh, just knocked on from Kelter as it looked like the door might just be starting to open, and it's an area of the field they don't want to be ball playing too much, and they've just handed the scrum to Saracens, who will be licking their lips here.
Hindsight's always 20/20. I think there was really an opportunity for Loughborough to go wide there, so I do like the call. Unfortunately, the error came from it, and so it's hard sometimes in hindsight to look back on and know the error was made. You go, oh, they probably should have kicked it out there, but I do think it was the right call, just not executed.
It's the percentage risk, isn't it? Is it on? And what's the risk of us trying to get there?
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Oh, huge
penalty.
Huge shove from Loughborough there. Incredible scrum in a really important part of the field there. They needed to win that. Also, you know, we're about to go into the half here, 5 minutes away. If Sarries put another score in, they're really comfortable heading into the half, but instead Loughborough managed to turn it around.
That is huge. Against the head. And as direct as that.
Not now. Oh, sorry, yeah. What have we got on the clock, please? How long, sorry? Thank you.
What a pressure relief valve press that is. Cabella tidies it up. Oh, clear. Knew where that was going. Got in the line, but actually was in an offside position. Maud wanted to go quickly momentarily, but I think she thought a lot better of it. And in fact, a little bit of chat.
Number 7.
Marley Packer giving it a little bit too much chat into referee Mr. Lamb's ears. And so that extra 10 metres is going to allow Helen Nelson to take Lightning just to outside the Sarries 22. And when you take that in consideration of the Saracens scrum that was on the Loughborough Lightning 5-metre line a moment ago, well, this is quite a shift.
Yeah, what a turnaround from Loughborough in terms of field position. I think Marley Packer will be disappointed in that. It puts Loughborough in a much better attacking position. And now another penalty advantage given away here. So I think Saracens' discipline stuff definitely going to be a conversation at the half.
They are a side that once the tide starts to go against them can transgress and transgress. It's going to need cool heads from Sarries as Loughborough Lightning are building with penalty advantage into the red zone. Cabella with the latest thrust. Liz Maud running out of options as others made runs in front of her. There is another advantage coming. Latui sends it away. Talked about the importance of Loughborough getting some points on the board in this first half after conceding those 2 early tries and keeping themselves in it since that moment.
No advantage, turnover is good. You've got a penalty advantage here or a penalty advantage over there.
Packer got the turnover, but we were under penalty advantage.
Loughborough obviously feeling themselves through their pack here. They're electing to go to the corner again, and I would imagine we're going to see another maul again or perhaps some sort of trick play through the forwards.
Hang on, mate, it was part of the line out, so it's number 15, yes? Yeah, sorry, ladies. You should be here. Part of the line out, 5 engage early. Not. Come on, last time I'm going to ask you, back we go, please. Thank you.
Lightning building.
Don't engage early.
Back into the 22, back into line-out time. This is the point where the throw has to be spot on. The referee's eye is trained on Calladine and this throw. Sarries opt not to compete at the jump, but get ready to defend the maul, which is now called. It's there with Calladine. Twists around. It's almost gone 90 degrees. The break from Calladine. The score from Loughborough Lightning. Well, they took eyes off the under-20s captain, and she made the break. And having conceded the 2 early tries in this first half, Loughborough Lightning needed to say something before the break came around, and they found a way in discipline from Saracens, inviting them into the 22. And it's Lucy Calladine off the maul who gets their first try of the afternoon.
Opting to take a simpler option at the front there. And then just great patience, getting a second shove on. All of a sudden, Calladine looks up as they're turning the corner here. Saracens not defending that corner of the maul well. She looks up, there's no one in front of her, and just runs it in from 5 meters out. Great awareness.
Valuable 2 points here. Helen Nelson with the conditions to cope with as well. That gusty wind. Can she jab this at the left upright? Or is it going to curl around from the right? Not quite. Well, what a intriguing chess game of a first half we got to enjoy. Saracens starting the game with the sort of season form that we expected. A really fast start and 2 tries early on the board from Alicia Corrigan and from Liv Apps. Canadians reining in a plenty at the StoneX, but that maul try, that break from Lucy Calladine, has put something on the board for the visitors, and given how tight the second 30 minutes, or rather that time from 10 minutes after those first couple of scores, has really allowed Lightning to raise a few questions of Saracens. It is tightly poised, 7 points between the two sides at the break. Saracens with 12 and Loughborough Lightning 5. And of course, this is our last match of the PWR weekend. We had 3 games for you yesterday, so if you haven't had the chance to catch up with those, well then we've got the highlights for you now, while myself and Sophie de Goody take a quick breather.
New era.
Little tip, is it enough? Not quite. This as close as they've been. Best chance of the game so far. De Good. Ball is down and Exeter Chiefs open the scoring. Helped on by Orr. Lobby Bond. Millie David. Deadly David. What a natural, brilliant finisher. Big pressure on the scrum and it's been turned over. Massive moment. McGovern. The Exeter Chiefs scrum have done it again. Gallagher. Oh, met by Wall and Van der Velden. No. Huge collisions here from Chiefs. Oh, what a take. That is outstanding from Emma Orr. Bottoman in at first receiver and trying to work this ball, but it's coughed up to Cantona. And this was partly where Bristol Bears came unstuck in the first half. Robinson nudge in behind, and now Poulin. How's this going to sit? Poulin, she's got time. Allen off the left hand. Poulin out on the edge, gets round David.
Offside line.
Robinson out of the back door, and Allen gets there.
New era.
Hands and feet.
So much disruption for Gloucester Hartpury to handle early on in this one, and the last thing they want is Abby Burton charging at them with a head of steam. They're going to keep it tight, keep it muscular, and goodness knows they've got the heavies to make it count. George off her bootlaces. Lewis, this now is Mortmuir with a trademark barrelling run. Gloucester Hartpury as close as they've been all match long. Beautiful hands, Sheckles scores it. Lewis, the recipient of this one, and Kingsholm, as loud as it has been in half an hour. Now it starts to move. Borland looking to steal, but Jones rides away from it and scores. One-handed gather from Zachary, absolutely skinning the defender, gets the offload away. Laughlin will have her score. They have been increasingly lethal from short range, and that's the exclamation point, courtesy of Sarah Beckett. Norman Bell, cut-out pass onto Roos. Pinnock in support. There's the latch. Here comes Kate Zachary, an assist already to her name. Need to score here. Borland with another. Norman Bell, tough nail. Basketball pass onto Laughlin, who's swerving now with options. Fizzes it out wide. It's Niamh Gallagher who will score the bonus point try for Trailfinders.
New era.
Packer flies it to the right, and there's numbers, and there's pace, and there's Torley who snatches it from behind but doesn't lose a stride. Quins banging at the door early, the Black Fern barreling her way into 2 Tigers. Wythe, destructive in all of her deeds, takes another couple of Tigers to stop her. It is all about the power, all about the forwards as Quins clamber to a metre shy, numbers queuing up, the try inevitable. First examination of the Tigers line out, and it's slick to Richardson and Gunter, the South African international, returning to the fold and primed and poised and ready to explode off the back and dive to the line. Tigers respond.
Number 8 playing the ball on the floor.
Bitter just dabs one through. Everyone on the same wavelength, and first to pounce The Tigers!
Are you alright?
Ball.
Phillips hunting a hat-trick and capturing one here at Welford Road. Bitter goes half-back. Abby Lee Priestnall, circle ball, Lingham to Henrik, but it's a great defensive read from Parry, who's been immense in the midfield. Ball breaks free, and that's
incredible.
The bonus point try. Pena puts a bit of air on it. Powell almost has her pass picked off. Parry, though, beat it to Kildun. Orkin on the outside. Freya, foot to the floor. Orkin into the left-hand corner.
Ball is out, ball is out. Tackle, release.
The Tigers keep on coming. Oh, just the hesitation from Leicester, and Quins steal the ball, and they send the Tigers all the way back to their half. Ellie Hilt Kildun shifting through the gears, gets a toe to the ball, sits up like a dream.
New era.
Well, what an afternoon we enjoyed yesterday in round 6 of the PWR. 192 points scored all in all, and as you can see, their confirmation of the scores. Exeter Chiefs then with 7 tries all in all, beating Bristol Bears 41 points to 10. Gloucester Hartpury, well, they did have that test from trail finders. They were in the lead 24-7 at one point to then only win by a single point before, the 2 newest cafe owners went to have a bit of a knees up at Mo Hunt's house by all accounts. 29-28 then down at Kingsholm, and Leicester Tigers were getting 4 tries against Quins and leading the game for 25 minutes before Quins got 8 tries on the board, winning that one 28-56 in the end. But that does count as Leicester Tigers' first point with the 4-try bonus in their PWR season campaign so far. And there is our game. Half-time point. Saracens 2 tries to the good, with Corrigan and Apps, and Lucy Calladine with that one for Loughborough. So if you have just come in from a breezy and slightly wet afternoon walk, we can bring you up to speed with how things have gone over the course of that first half, and we are delighted to have World Player of the Year Sophie de Goody, who is alongside us and who can talk us through these first half highlights.
Great line by Poppy Cleo. You're seeing her offloading game. She's the league's leading offloader. Then Olivia Apps, just rangy runner there, keeping the ball quick at the breakdown off the back of it here. Easy score, best space down the edge. Looks like there's not a lot of space there, but there's enough hands for it to just glide through. No one's taking too much time on the ball, and Alicia Corrigan for a finish that will be easy by her standards. Here, more offloading game. Kelsey Clifford on her 100th cap, just about. And Liv Apps spots the space. As I said, she's so good at taking best space and just dots in for the try. A pick and go, typically not the type of tries she's scoring. Really good support play from Saracens. That's definitely something they've been working on all season.
Kelsey Clifford must have thought for all the money that was going to be a try on her 100th appearance.
Yeah, she'll be disappointed with that one, I think, to be stopped just short, but it was a really solid run by her. And Loughborough, I think they've had the edge on Saracens' pack here in the first half, both at scrum time and again here you see it at the mall. If Saracens just couldn't quite keep the edge on that inside edge, and Calladine breaks away, no one in front of her.
You know, Alex Osterbury, you know this Saracens side. What do you think will be, if you were wandering into the sheds at the end of that first half, what do you think are going to be the first few words that are said?
Yeah, I mean, they started so well. They had such tempo to their game. They were taking the options that were on. They were taking the easy option, keeping the ball alive. And I think you want to get back to that. They've just strayed away, and part of that's been their discipline. It's caused the game to be a bit more stop-start. They haven't quite had that fluidity, and they're giving Loughborough great field position to attack from. I mean, that's what Loughborough's try came on off the back of at the end of the game there. So I think at the end of the half. So I think they're really going to want to clean that discipline up to get back to the fluid rugby they were playing to start the game.
It's a tricky one, isn't it, from a coaching perspective, I guess, to sort of encourage your team to be more disciplined when sometimes the red mist in the heat of the battle can be something that's so difficult to control.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of rugby, isn't it? You really have to balance that edge. You want to have the physicality. You want to have, I mean, sometimes we call it that violent edge, but you need to be careful. They've had a couple high shots. We had a yellow card from Julia Makole, so just need to get a hold of that aggression and channel it in the right ways.
I'm loving seeing the youngsters being given a bit of a shot out on the field. A little bit of ball reception. Yeah, well, it's lovely to have Sophie de Goody with us, and we are looking forward to the start of the second half. 7 points between the two sides. We'll be back with you in just a moment.
New era.
Saracens is a family, it's a wolf pack.
When we get on the pitch, there's all bets are off and nobody's safe.
But we really want to get back to winning championship titles, so now we want to go after the PWR.
We are Saracens.
There's only one team in London and it's us.
The series fans, they bleed red, they're incredible.
The Wolfpack lives up to its name. We protect each other, we go to battle for each other. We bring a brand of rugby that is brutal, fierce, and one of the best that you'll see.
We've got lots to prove this season and we've still got more to give. We've got a trophy to win. Just a whole pack, 115, we're all a threat. Watch out, we're coming.
We are Loughborough Lightning. This is our town. This is our home.
Loughborough have a young and community feel when it comes to the fans.
Strong, fearless,
Electric. Ones to watch this season are Ala Latei and Sadia Kapea.
I'm going to bring us tackles, fast-paced, tries, good rugby.
New era.
Saracens and Loughborough Lightning. Saracens second in the PWR table coming into round 6. Loughborough Lightning, who'd got themselves into 4th place. They are a side that can find takes a little while to get going in terms of their season, Loughborough Lightning, but they've certainly been getting a few points on the board. They will be hoping to kick on into the new year. You can see a key bit of pick and mix there has been acquired, Sophie. A couple of coffees and hot chocolates. I mean, that's doing a Sunday afternoon at the rugby. Right, what's your favourite pick and mix option, by the way?
Well, this might sound Canadian to me, but I don't know what a pick-a-mix is.
Oh, so lots of little sweets that you get at going into the cinema, that kind of thing. Is there anything in particular?
Yeah.
Little white chocolate mice, maybe gummy bears, anything in?
I'm more of a salty person, so I like crisps. Just
Good.
Pure salt and vinegar.
Good, well done. You did crisps there, not chips.
Yeah,
That's
no, I
very good.
had to think that one through.
we've done our best to anglicise
Converted.
Sophie de Goody. Words being had then by both coaches down there. Just seeing Moritz Botha come walking out of the tunnel. And Lewis Soames as well.
It's a bit of a one-sided affair to start the game, but I think we've really seen this shape up into more of the contest that we were expecting for two top teams in the top 4 of the PWR. Loughborough really came to life there in the latter 30 of the first half, and getting that score in before the half is huge for them to make this feel like a more closely contested game as it has been on the field.
Yeah, Loughborough Lightning lost that away opener at the Stoop. Our opening season match here on BBC iPlayer to Harlequins. They won at home to Sale in round 2, then drew to Exeter. They had the bye in round 4, but they were on 8 points in 3 games, 13 points out of 4 games after that 50 points to 15 win against Leicester Tigers. And after this one, those in the Africa Violet will be heading away to Bristol Bears. Bristol Bears, who just really need to discover a bit of form, find a bit more of what they have done historically so well. Of course, they do have a raft of injuries and got a couple of new faces that they're bedding in. And then their last match before the Christmas break for Lightning will be at home to Ealing Trailfinders. Saracens, well, they are the only team, in fact, who will be playing every single one of the 8 rounds pre-Christmas. A point that Alex Osterbury made sure that we were all aware of this week, because Well, that is quite the test compared to everybody else who will naturally have a bye week. It is a 9-team league, so that's provided a challenge of its own.
It is a massive test for Saracens, but they've done really well so far at stepping up to the challenge. Other than that first weekend loss to Gloucester Hartpury, which will be one they'll want to forget, they've won the next 3 games quite handily and with bonus points, so they've done a good job of bouncing back from that, and will look to run through to Christmas.
I dare say Saracens would love to be playing Gloucester Hartpury around now. Take the form of the last few weeks that they've built up against the champions. Marley Packer went on a typical Marley Packer run, looking for a hole in the defence, but KMA Sangapolu came bursting out and said, I think I'm going to put a stop to this.
You heard that one.
Yeah, he certainly did. Oh, intercept was right on, and in fact has gone backwards from Gregson. It wasn't the greatest strategy to run that one out from deep. Maud working with Nelson in the backfield. It's just gifted Saracens this field position as Craik takes it forwards. England capped a couple of years ago in the Six Nations. Hardy. Harrison looked for the big wind-up. Apps just drops it short for Clifford. Cleal gets in there. It's just beginning to get under the referee's eyes and the microscope in terms of discipline at the end of that first half. Cleal has been doing so much brilliant work over the course of the campaign. Harrison just had to reposition the hands before she could shovel that one on to Gregson. Kelter has wrapped up Gregson, and they are very keen to show Saracens the touchline again. Real competition over that ball. Eventually the release is there, and Campbell up for Craik again. No doubt both teams, we need a big start to the second half. That's what they'll have been saying in both of those changing rooms. Saracens looking to start the second like they started the first. Oh, and that ball didn't get to the hands of Rosie Gallagher. Had to be picked up behind her. Oh, that looked like it might have been an opportunity at the turnover for Bermudez. Not rewarded. Cabello goes in for one and is cleared out by Cleal.
Just a bit messy here by Saracens.
In fact, it was Harrison who got the clear out on, I should say. Don't want to deny Zoe Harrison that super bit of defensive work.
For sure. I think Saracens will be a bit disappointed with the way that attack went. Didn't get a lot of purchase, and eventually Jess Breach just goes, you know what, let's put Loughborough in a tough position to exit here. It's always hard to exit with a line out on your 7-metre line or so.
And the line-out's been fairly stringently watched by the officials, hasn't it? It's not been an easy hunting ground for either side.
No, Caledon has done well to bounce back from a few crooked throws to start the game. Oh, and they keep possession of the ball there.
Another loose one. We talked about the technicalities of defence in the line-out a little earlier. And contact was in the air, so penalty will go.
Yeah, Julia Macaulay just getting on the inside arm of Lily Ives Campion there. What she'll probably want to do next time when she reviews that is try to get up in between the arms and reach between instead of reaching across and hitting that arm. And I think that'll prevent her from getting a call like that.
For anyone new to the game of rugby, those sorts of penalties are very much in place to avoid the sort of interference that could become dangerous. Touching a player in the air that could force them to come to ground. It wasn't particularly offensive on that occasion from the Macaulay, but it is an area of the game where it's preventative in terms of penalty more than anything.
Little gamesmanship happening here at the line-out.
Yeah, who's on the mark? Who's moving closer? Good take from Hibbert Jones. Nice option at the front. Cabea will play it away. Maud out in front of Morale. Morale pumped it behind. Nearly sent a few of the Saracens' defence scattering. Cabea. Not the greatest service that time. It's going to need a tidy-up job in the backfield. Young will do so. Now Nelson going to boot. Has a good record in terms of retained kicks, but it's going to be Liv Apps who retains that one. And Apps steps out of one tackle. Breach is there to help play scrum half in the absence of the Canadian 9. Bermudez was just getting an arm under that ball and fancied the chance to wrestle it away. She's got that low centre of gravity, Fancy Bermudez, the former Saracen, now with Loughborough. Oh, lovely dummy from Harrison. Oh, and then tried to play it back. Couldn't be taken by Packer. A little bit of a coming together between the players, and look at Cabella having to become her own cheerleader, having been involved in ensuring that Loughborough Lightning wrestle possession back.
Up close and personal there.
Changes of a foot for Saracens, and it is going to be Kelsey Clifford on the occasion of her 100th appearance for Saracens, who makes way. She used to sit in the stands, the Clifford, and admire this team and think about the opportunity to play. Never did it cross her mind she might get 100 appearances, but she makes way with May Campbell as well. So Bryony Field is onto the field, as is Welsh international 37 cap Donna Rose.
Kelsey Clifford doing this also just at the ripe old age of 23. So pretty impressive to be at 100 caps for your club at just the age of 23. I think she turns 24 next week, so she just squeaked it in there.
Yeah, obscene, isn't it?
Definitely reflective of the talent she has.
Free kick from the scrum. And Loughborough going to go. Kelter. It's like trying to stop a runaway dump truck, and I say that in the nicest possible terms about Olive Kelter. Strong, powerful, and whatever she does, occupying the touchline and looking to step in and away from it, and look at it, driving into the attempted tackle of Blacklock. Nelson then gets that on. Not the easiest for Ericke, who had a body to have to get over. Packer, oh, and she's got onto the ball here, but is now told to get away from it. There wasn't a release of the tackle of the player that she was tackling from Marley Packer, even if she's going to raise an eyebrow to the referee.
Sign of a good open side flanker. Always think she's making the right decisions at the breakdown, and to be fair to Marley Packer, usually she does. This is one of the first times we've seen Loughborough go down the short side, and they got some good purchase off of it.
I think in that passage of play, Marley Packer thought, well, if you're not eyeing up certain bits of it that I think you should be spotting, well, maybe you won't spot it if I do this. But the referee was sharp to it. Now, this, an area of the field where towards the end of the first half, at the other end, we saw Lucy Calladine get over for the score. This time it's Sadia Kabea who finds the Saracens' turf, and Loughborough Lightning have their second. It may have been Saracens who came out the traps pretty quick at the start of the second half, but crucially without the try, it's Loughborough Lightning who've gone down the other end and secured their second try of the game. And who else stepping up but world champion Red Rose, Sadia Kabea.
Saracens players there, Rosie Galligan and Poppy Cleel just losing themselves around the outside of that maul, so there's no pressure behind it anymore. And again, a Loughborough player, Kabea, is able to just come right through the maul. That's definitely going to be an area that Saracens is talking about under the post. That's 2 tries now coming off the back of a maul, and also coming off the back of discipline. So they need to shore up their discipline to not allow Loughborough the opportunity to kick and be 5 meters out and go to that rolling maul.
Could have been a key 2 points to tie the scores. Not the easiest conversion position. Nelson came into this one with 76% kick accuracy. Has not managed to take the 2 opportunities on offer. 12-10.
As a kicker, that's the disappointing part. As with a rolling maul, is they're usually wide out and tough kicks to convert.
Sophie de Goody, USA skipper, second row, back row, kicker, all of it.
I just got to correct you there, Canadian.
Oh, sorry, did I say USA then? That's autopilot for you there, Canadian skipper, my goodness me. I'm glad you were here to correct me rather than wait until after the game when I didn't realise I'd made such a foreboding error. Captain Canada alongside us. Just a bit of a stoppage here. Sangapolo, I think, is just getting some attention. Just feeling the right shoulder by the looks of things.
She's been strong up front this game, made a really good impact for Loughborough. You've seen them with a decent amount of dominance through scrum time, and then again, as I keep harping at the line-out maul, and a lot of that does come down to front row forwards. Plus, she made a huge hit to start the second half. Full front row change here coming in for Loughborough. They'll want to keep the momentum going from the three that started. What a great time to do it at a scrum.
It's a game that hangs in the balance. Is going to be the change then. Full front row change for Lightning. Treader, Williams, Belisle onto the field. Christine Belisle back in the reckoning. Came in late to that Scottish Rugby World Cup campaign. They had that scrum dominance towards the end of the first half. They've had to deal with a bit of a Saracens shove that time. Ball put back on a plate for Maud. Well tracked down by Harrison. Helped in field from Talia Brodie.
Don't go in there, don't go in there.
It is a 6-2 split in terms of the Loughborough Lightning bench, by the way. Such is the physical effort that that Nathan Smith believes his side are going to need. But that is uncharacteristic of Jess Breach. Just off the fingertips.
She'll be disappointed with that one. It is not the greatest conditions here today. It's often windy through Stone X and a bit wet, but player of her caliber, she'll want herself to take that. Better contest at scrum time from Saracens at the last scrum.
Two changes here for Saracens. Coming off number 8, Gabrielle Sump. And number 13, Ben Blacklock. And coming on the field, number 20, Georgia Evans. And number 22,
Georgia Evans coming in to join us then.
Great attacking position for Loughborough here, center scrum. You can attack both sides of the field. I would imagine they'll maybe come to this near side.
They've been using Liz Maud as certainly an attacking runner, haven't they? But so whether they will look to use Hibbert Jones and come down this shorter side slightly to the right, where Harrison is lurking and Gregson. They've got Lucia Scott out this side and Fancy Bermudez, but so often it's the control and the options from Helen Nelson, who's over that far side, that Loughborough Lightning choose to go to.
Weapons all over the park, so it makes it tough for Saracens to defend. And
it's going to go to the left. Nelson with Kelter. Very happy to let Kelter get them across the gain line, as she so often will. Morale just hopped and skipped through the gap. Nelson. Option being presented. Oh, that was a little bit careless in terms of chucking it around the corner from Brodie. Georgia Evans in there trying to stop that work. It's good ball presentation from Nelson. The outstretched arm. Then Christine Belisle. Really good carry from the Scottish international. Looking to get the offload away. Oh, that's worked superbly for Bo Westcombe Evans, and then Bermudez. A brilliant carry from Scott, who managed to get the offload away off the floor. Plenty of bodies left, right and centre after those various collisions. Fancy Bermudez, one of them. Liv Apps has just stayed down as well. It was all at a rate of knots down this near side. Bit of a head-to-head collision there, isn't there?
Yeah, let's hope both of those players are down right now. Let's hope they both come out of that okay. as the referee just said, both are falling into that. Liv Apps is changing her height. Fancy Bermudez is falling into it, so it's a hard one. There's certainly no malice to it.
Rugby incident, as we tend to remark. It's a high collision sport. Both players trying to do their best. One to get down low and drive through the tackle, the other to try and get down and make the tackle. Just to coming together. Bermuda's getting back to her feet. Doesn't look entirely comfortable. I just wonder whether she might be replaced here indeed. Bit of a recognise and remove perhaps there for Fancy Bermudez. Certainly hope she's okay. Liv Apps is also going to be leaving the field, at least temporarily. So Leah Green has come onto the field for Loughborough Lightning with number 23. And Tori Sellers is the option for Sarries. Sellers comes on to join us now.
Another scrum in a really similar position for Loughborough Lightning. See if they look to get Olive Kelter involved again down the open side.
Absolute repeat position, isn't it? Do you go with the same call? Do you mix it up?
I personally would probably mix it up, but they do have such powerhouses on that open side. It looks like they're going to go there.
Left side again. Not the same run though. Not Kelter, who slightly got in the way, but not to affect any great change. Brodie had a couple of solid carries since coming on, the USA Eagle. She is a USA player, by the way, Sophie, not you. Just to be clear, I do know. Here come Lightning again. Maud in for Nelson. It has gone a little quiet at the Stonex. Such is the pressure that Loughborough Lightning are putting on here. Can they do anything to outpick this Saracens defence? It's Scott who's come on a lovely line just around Nelson. Now penalty advantage is called over. Hibbert-Jones dummies inside, goes round the outside, and Loughborough Lightning take the lead at the Stonex. It's the skipper. But you have to say the break was all about Lucia Scott coming around, finding the opportunity to make the meters. And Daisy Hibbert-Jones, the little stutter, the little look inside. And Lightning have their third.
Such a great line there. You see Bryony Field and Poppy Cleo just a bit disconnected. Poppy doesn't quite jam in the way that Bryony does. And Lucia Scott takes advantage. And then just quick ball from the breakdown and a one-on-one. Incredible stiff arm from Hibbert-Jones.
Well, she's been the solo skipper this season, has really taken that opportunity and that role, that responsibility on.
Last weekend she had a couple try assists and I thought led the team really well through what was at periods and patches. Leicester played very well, a rocky game against Leicester, even though they came out convincing winners. And so I think it's great to see her get some points to her name after the performance last weekend as well.
Another tricky one for Nelson. Trying to predict the gust of wind is a tricky business for a kicker this afternoon. But yes, it was a player of the match performance for Daisy Hibbert-Jones last weekend against Tigers, which is no small feat given that Bo Westcombe Evans scored 4 tries. But that was the key intervention and the nature of recognising the contribution of the skipper in that performance. So Loughborough Lightning then in front for the first time against the side that have not lost a game since the opening day of the season, or the opening weekend we should say. It's a good carry from Cabea. They got the offload away. What will that score do for Lightning's belief and their control on this game? Still plenty left in it for whatever both sides might do. Nelson. Harrison. Corrigan. Gets on the outside run. Oh, and then gets the offload away. That's super from Alicia Corrigan. Forced Hibbert-Jones into making a defensive decision. Gallagher, nice swing of the arms back into Immaculate. Kelter tried to get that ball. Sellers had a good old juggle of it. Referee happy that it was backwards, as you Clearly heard. Hardy down the line. Cleal then finding Breach, and Breach can put a bit of pace on it. Oh, but the pass from Breach was poor. It needed a little more of a look from the class of someone like Jess Breach.
You saw Poppy, she was a bit ahead of the play and then just knew the ball was coming her way. Can't quite see it on this replay here, but she just pulls herself back into a position where she's a viable option to receive the ball, and that gives Saracens a number advantage. So you can see the mind of Poppy Cleal there at work.
Poppy Cleal striking fear into the heart of every officiating team throughout her whole career. There's every little page of the law book.
She's training as a police officer now, so it seems fitting.
It's a terrifying prospect in the nicest possible way. Hibbert Jones. Oh, Cleo, well, recognised a chance to try and go through, but oh, now.
Captain, please, and captain.
Well, Poppy Cleal is getting a little frustrated with players coming in and making contact with her.
You need to calm your player down. Okay, she's been patting on the back. Can you have a word with your team as well? Because I don't need any answers after I've given you a penalty. Okay, time is off. Have a word with
Cleal doesn't need any players interfering with her. She's going to stand up for herself in that regard. The referee is going to remind both of the captains that we could do without it from both teams.
Yeah, just don't really need any of that, do you? Understand where Poppy's coming from. No one really likes the congratulatory touch from the other team during the game, but maybe just needs to back off a little bit after she's made her point heard.
Black 21. Black 21.
Saracens may have actually moved into making a change, have they? I thought we had there was a change for Saracens 8. It appears that Poppy Cleal has left the field with the number 5 on the back.
Two changes there for Saracens. Back on the field is number 9, Olivia Apps, replacing number 21.
So Liv Apps is back after her HIA, or after a bit of attention that she needed, and
Be replaced by number 19,
Lou McMillan is on to replace Poppy Cleal. That will be in that second row. Harrison wrapped up by lightning. Just those couple of stoppages in danger of taking a bit of the zip out of this game, but certainly both teams very, very keen to strike another blow as we move into the final quarter of this huge tussle in North London in the 6th round of the PWR. Apps flung it away. Oh, and that's a really, really lovely run from Blacklock to just find some room through the middle. Craik will then just straighten and does well to do so. And Macaulay gets the call. Harrison pops it up for Packer, who breaks the first tackle but won't break the second of Sadia Kabea. 7 on 7. Floated over but floated forwards. And Kelter will celebrate the error.
Saracens doing a better job in that run of play of just finding the little seams where, it's starting to get 60 minutes in now, so defense isn't maybe quite as connected coming off the line. You see here Sophie Bridger finding a seam, offloading over the top, and that's probably more what they need to get in their game, is that offloading. Once they've found a half gap, can they connect on the other side of it and actually finish the try? And that pass just floating forward out of the hands of Sophie Bridger.
Great to see Sophie Bridger back with us.
Real quality player, Sophie Bridger, and so good to have her back in the Prem after a little injury break there.
Former Gloucester Hartpury, of course, Sophie Bridger. Second season with Saracens. Hibbert Jones with the pick. Maud still going. Westcombe Evans coming across. Scott taking it on into the tackle of Breach and just got past the first one. Maul is called here though, and Scott is struggling to get a knee to ground, and in fact the referee's going to call that one over pretty quickly. And that combination of Georgia Evans and Emma Hardy and Sophie Gregson and Marley Packer, you don't want to go down a dark alley and meet those four.
No, certainly not. Such a great job there. What strength by Emma Hardy and Sydney Gregson to keep Scott up off the ground and then to just keep their arms around it. You see everyone getting a piece in there, just making sure that ball doesn't come out. But a really well defended set piece there by Saracens. Again, shepherding Loughborough to the width and then shutting it off out wide.
Whatever lunch money Lucia Scott turned up with this afternoon, she has none anymore. Megan Davey, the longest serving player, 117th match. Comes on to replace Maud, who had a good game. Kept the tempo high for Lightning.
I need you to not bind on the arm, and I need you to get the actual bind. Okay, we're both at it. Let's sort it out, please. There's a mark.
I wish I could comment more on what's happening at this scrum, but I think that's something only the props know. Not even sure the referees always have the best handle on it, so no one always knows what's happening up there. But
does your time in the row not give you any insight?
No, I just push when they tell me to push. I do anything they tell me to do. I adjust if they need it.
Typically polite Canadian here. Apps for Harrison. Through midfield they go as Bridger becomes the link this time to send them on their way through breach to find Corrigan. Always put boot to ball, but it's not been handled ideally in the backfield. It'll be sent back, but Saracens absolutely all over Scott once more. Davey and Westcombe Evans there. Davey got that one away. Another big collision in midfield. Bryony Field putting the shots in. They need a good clearance here. Nelson looked to try and put the boot through it, probably just caught it slightly on the outside for that to skew off. It's a little bit of respite, but not enough, with the home side breathing and heaving and ready to go from outside this 22.
Great job from Saracens there. They go from a scrum on about their own 10-meter line to a great break down the edge, kick chase, and now we're here with a line-out maul on the 22, so really good territory gained.
Lovely break from Field. One of those of Loughborough Lightning.
Use it.
Bryony Field up against her former club.
No.
Away from David. Oh, now then. Morale might be driven over her own posts here. What's going to be the decision for the referee here? It's back on the Saracens side. Lightning tried to play from under the posts, but it's going to be Saracens who get the try instead. Risk and reward has turned into too much risk for the visitors, and the try for Rosie Gallagher. The pressure told from Saracens, and Loughborough will rue the mistake they made to overplay a little, and that puts the home side back in front. What were they up to here, Sophie de Goody?
Yeah, just not quite executing, and this time I don't really think it was on to go wide. It probably just, you have the lead here. You probably don't quite need to overplay and play out there. You want to just play a territory game, and that will seem like an opportunistic score from Saracens, but it does come as the product of that territory pressure that they put on from the scrum to the kick chase to the line out. Unfortunately lost it at the line out, but then really good pressure as Loughborough were trying to exit out the back, and they end up with a great score from Rosie Gallagher. Just head up, sees the space, easy as you like for her. Really good pressure from Series as that loose ball was coming through to make sure that they tried to pin the Loughborough player back in their try zone. That would have ended up with a 5-meter scrum, and I think she was probably trying to get the ball out, and it ends up in Series' hand, and now it's a score. So really good pressure coming through.
I've got to credit the intellect to actually say, well, let them come out of that area. Let's get this ball to ground outside in the field of play and not over that try line to ensure we've got a chance to actually be handed possession.
Yeah, I'm not sure who ripped the ball away for possession there, but they ended up with it, and then, yeah, as you said, easy score.
Good bit of rugby smarts.
This side of the flag.
Just about a 50-22 there.
Yeah, it was just, you could just hear the referee say it's this side of the flag, so it's not quite going to be the 50-22, but it is another pressurising field position with the wind gusting into that corner. You can just see a Canada flag up in the stands above.
Ladies, 1, 5. Sorry,
Always
6,
representing.
please.
It's North American Catherine Tredder. Second oldest in a family of 10, Tredder.
Options.
Throw wasn't straight.
Options.
Saracens given the option.
Sorry, yeah.
I think the wind might have just taken that one again, but as we said right from the beginning of this match, the lineout's been a really hotly contested area, and I think it'll be something that both teams review at the end, whether for Saracens it's their maul defence and for Loughborough it's some of the execution to just retain their own lineout. It can really be a turning point and a pivot point for a match that's closely contested.
3 tries apiece. Just a few moments ago, Loughborough Lightning with their noses in front, but Saracens with that try now with the opportunity to go for the 4th try and the bonus. Go from being on the losing side of the scoreboard to hoping to bring home all 5 points from the match at home. Marley Packer breaks from the scrum. Nice work from her. And there's a penalty advantage to Sarries now. Apps had field as an option, but it's going to be Hardy. And Hardy straightens and goes 6 metres out here. Apps quickly reacting. Perhaps not too much down that channel. Back in field that it comes. Bryony Field is lifted up. Referee encouraging them to try and get the play to ground. But it's still Saracens knocking on the door. Kelter thought she had the right to go in, but now the penalty. Apps looks for the line. Oh, and scores. It's a second for Olivia Apps. Loughborough Lightning unable to keep Saracens out. And the North Londoners, despite the scare, conceding at the start of the second half, have shown that belief, shown that strength and their ability to drive towards another score. 4th try and bonus point secured, and Olivia Apps gets a second.
That gives Saracens a much more comfortable lead now as we head into the final 10 minutes of the game. Olivia Apps there needs to give the forwards some love. That's 2 pick-and-go tries for her. But really great heads up.
A little bit of tape on the head for her troubles as well. Harrison. It's a beautiful conversion. She's not worried about the conditions. Straight and true from the England fly half. Rugby World Cup champions everywhere you look. Harrison, another one. And Apps, one of those competing in that Rugby World Cup final. Right on the line, gets another one. As you say, total metres for the scores might not even equal 1.
Yeah. Loughborough player there, probably just want to get a bit more narrow to the ruck. Liv Apps does a good job of kind of looking her off and creating that space.
26 plays 15 now, and how quickly Saracens have been able to turn around that position they were in. Corrigan. Again, they work it to that right side. It was how the field position really started from the prior score. Oh, and that may drift and go out on the full. It's another unforced error, really. And a couple of those right field kicks from Corrigan have just caused problems in that Loughborough Lightning backfield.
They've got a lot of meters off taking it to the edge, and Alicia Corrigan just chipping through, and then the kick chase has been excellent. And I think sometimes that gets underestimated in a rugby game, but if you have a strong kick chase, you can do a really effective job of pinning teams back into their own end and making it uncomfortable, and Loughborough ends up with an unfortunate kick like this straight into touch. This game has really been a lot about momentum. You saw Saracens take it in the first part of the game. Then it was a little even, and then Loughborough coming out to start the second half really took the momentum, and we started to wonder how we would see Saracens respond, and they've been really class in their response. I think the sign of a few veteran players in there that they've just steadied themselves and come back with 2 scores.
Change that for Saracens on the field, number 1, Liz Craig. And coming on number 17, Carmen Tremelli.
Sarries, let's go.
Harrison in the middle for Packer. Evans gets over it. Apps comes back to this side. Little loose for Gregson, who's lost it over their head. Breach will tidy up and send it in for Harrison. Zoe Harrison. Penalty Saracens. And Loughborough Lightning are falling the wrong side of the referee in various areas now themselves. Carmen Tremelling is onto the field for Saracens, incidentally.
Zoe Harrison's just going to take her time on this kick. It's all about game management for Saracens now. Just try to take some of the air out of the game and just manage these last 10 minutes with a comfortable lead and a bonus point try already.
Lightning will know that another one on the board for them will get them a losing bonus point and the 4-try bonus. They can work that way down.
Good competition, play on. No!
Recovery on the ball from Amelia Williams. If anything, you're just seeing an even more aggressive Saracens now, knowing that they've got themselves into a position to bring this victory home and not wanting to allow Loughborough any sense of late belief in this one. Harrison, lovely timing to wind that up and find Hardy, and a little skip and a step from Bridger. Apps, Hardy that time. Apps again, oh, and Packer. Another lovely line from Marley Packer, playing with so much energy. And another penalty.
Yeah, you see the offloading game come alive there. Marley Packer inside to Donna Rose, and then the rip happened after the tackle. Donna Rose's knee was already down, so can't rip the ball there, and a penalty towards Saracens. Kick into the corner, and I imagine we'll see a maul off the back of this. Great seam Marley Packer finds, frees her arms, and then, yeah, Cabea just can't rip the ball once Donna Rose is already down. She'll want to release and then go for the poach instead, as Donna is a bit isolated there.
Gemma Jo Linkins is coming onto the field. Jess Breach comes off. A little shake of the head from Jess Breach.
Sack was good, first player.
And Macquarie driving hard. Brody with the tackle. Oh, and now a penalty advantage is being played. Oh, the referee says the ball's down. No penalty advantage. It's try time. Marley Packer is the one being lifted from the deck. Well, we've seen her look ever more alive. And she's got Saracens another one to really secure victory. Arms to the skies from the double world champion. You cut her open, she bleeds Saracens. That's the contribution of one Marley Packer. Let's have another little tight look at this.
Just low driving from Marley Packer. Does a good job getting the ball down.
I wonder if Georgia Evans might have also been in there.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to see through all the traffic in there.
Anyway, it's a 5th try, and it's converted, and it's putting a little sheen on the scoreline.
Whoever it was, they did a good job getting underneath the Loughborough defence from half metre out.
Then Georgia Evans goes in for it. Ah, well.
Hard to see, but we'll take the referee's word for it.
Someone got a score. Nelson gathering it in the backfield. Going to ask you to start thinking about your player of the match, Sophie de Goody. We will come to you at the end of the game.
And the change there for Loughborough, off number 6, Daisy Hibbert-Jones, and on number 20, Kiwi Fitzpatrick.
It's going to be a tough one to pick. I think there have been a decent number of players that have had impact moments at different periods in the game, and it's kind of ebbed and flowed in that way, where there hasn't been just one player performing for either team. It's really depended on what areas of the field they were in and what times in the game, as I said, with the momentum coming and going throughout this entire match.
Can Loughborough get themselves the 4th try in the bonus? That's what they are eyeing up now. Victory may have slipped away from them. Cabea gets the fend out. Big double hit. Oh, Macaulay working hard, getting the drive back. It was also the work of Tremelling defensively. Davey. Kiwi Fitzpatrick is onto the field. Oh, and then there's the break from Westcombe Evans. Got a little bit of work to do to finish. Last line of defence was Zoe Harrison, who made the tackle well. Such an underrated part of Zoe Harrison's game, a defensive effort. She's made a decent number of shots over the course of the afternoon.
Not your typical 10 necessarily in that respect, or stereotypical 10.
Penalty. Field, was it? In over the ball. Marley Packer wants to find out how long's left. Minute and a half, according to the referee.
Great job by Bryony Fields, shows a clear release, anticipating where that ball presentation is going to come from and right on it before the Saudi Cabea has a chance to push the ball out.
Macaulay rises well, and it's Packer. It's like she's just come on and started the game in the last 15 minutes, Marley Packer. Gallagher had a big look left, then decided, I know what my job is here. Straighten up, get my head down, do the job. Rose and Macaulay, good take from behind her. Players all running in to get hold of it. Lou McMillan will play it away for Evans. Scotswoman and Welshwoman combining. Packer another option to run and will get it. Final half minute of the game. Field got that key turnover on the line.
Time is yours.
And the referee telling Saracens that that is time up on his watch. So it's going to be Tori Sellers, the chance to send this back for Zoe Harrison to end the game. Well, Saracens certainly got a scare from Loughborough Lightning, who came out at the start of that second half and got themselves in front, hoping they might do the impossible and steal a victory. But there was too much on the clock. There's too much belief around the Stonex, and there's too much talent and ability among this side under Alex Osterbury. From that moment, roaring back into the game. Tries from Gallagher, Apps and Marley Packer. And a scoreline that in the end makes it look a little more comfortable than perhaps it was. Saracens victorious once again. It's a 5th win in a row in the PWR. They've won at the Stonex, beating Loughborough Lightning by 33 points to 15. So for your reflections on the game as a whole?
Yeah, I think the score doesn't quite reflect how tightly contested that match was. As I said before, it was really a game of momentum. Series came out so strong, and then Loughborough kind of weathered the storm and got themselves back in it, getting a score in before the half, and I think they were quite dominant through their forwards, so that's going to be something that both teams review after the match. But dominant through the scrum, dominant through the maul, 2 tries off the back of the maul, and then Saracens just managed to turn it around and kind of, I guess, handle business and show their experience at the end of the game.
And who impressed you this afternoon then? We talked about quite a few people that were in your eye line, but who's your player of the match?
You know, it's funny, I came into this wanting to be unbiased and not pick a Canadian, but I can't go too far past Olivia Apps. She's just been the heartbeat of the team today, keeping the tempo at the breakdown, especially at the beginning of the game, and then managing the game through in the second half. Just so electric, and 2 pick-and-go tries from your 9. Not really expecting that, but she's a player that can do it all, and I think she's well-deserved player of the match today for PWR.
When they find out who got player of the match, they will then ask who was in commentary, and we're not going to be able to do anything to deny that connection. But I'm in full agreement, because I think probably the zip that Liv Apps gave right from minute 1 was certainly what put Saracens on the front foot for those couple of scores, and then for her to also take 10 points in the game is, I think, a reflection of that contribution. But I'll let you fight those battles when they come to your door.
She lives with me, so.
There you go. Well, she's not going to complain, but it's whether a few others.
I'll get to share the champagne, which is...
Well, there you go. There you go. Well, super work from the Saracens. Alex Osterbury will no doubt be a very, very happy man, and we will get a chance to speak to player of the match, Liv Apps, very, very shortly. What about Loughborough Lightning, Sophie?
Yeah, like I said, they'll be really pleased with the performance of their pack. Strong through the maul and the scrum. I think one thing they're maybe going to want to look to do is add a bit more variation through their attack in the backs. They're definitely a flow team, which makes it a bit more predictable for Saracens to come up and defend, because it's more predictable to know which side of the breakdown the ball is going to. So I think they might want to try to add a bit more variation and add a bit more tempo through there. But as I said, they rallied back really well. It's tough when you're the away team and you get down 2 early scores. They rallied back really, really well. So they'll be proud of that, and they'll just want to look to see where it went wrong in that second half and where they could have managed it better when they did get the lead.
Loughborough Lightning, who will be away to Bristol next week before then being home to Ealing Trailfinders before that Christmas break. Nathan Smith just getting the last few words into his team. Well, if you've just joined us, if you need a little bit of a reminder as to how that second half unfolded, I will skip down and get ready to find our player of the match, Liv Apps, for a little word, and leave you in the comfortable hands of Sophie de Goody, who'll guide you through those second half highlights.
Oh, we're going to go for the whole game highlights here. So you see Alicia Corrigan right off the bat there. Easy try for her. Reaches out and just gets a nice easy score in the corner. Offloading game came alive here for Saracens in the first half. Kelsey Clifford almost got in for a score on her occasion of her 100th cap, but instead Liv Apps takes it from the forwards and jumps in for a pick and go try. Great line here by Poppy Cleo, and then convergence from Kelsey Clifford, punching people aside and freeing up the space next to the ruck for Liv Apps. I kept harping on it all throughout the game, but the line-out was a crucial part of this game and the source of 2 tries for Loughborough Lightning. This one came right before the half, right on the stroke of halftime. Space opened up in front of Calendine off the edge of the maul, and she just runs in from 5 meters out. Easy as you like for her, but a really important score for Loughborough right before the half to make it 12-5. Another maul here for Loughborough. Just opens up for Cabea again. Saracens need to do a better job of getting in behind that maul. Great line from Scott. This is really when you saw the momentum come alive for Loughborough Lightning. A really good line from Lucia Scott. Quick ball off the breakdown. And then an incredible 1v1 effort from Hibbert Jones down the sideline. Love that as a flanker, getting a chance to play wing. Probably just a forced exit here from Loughborough Lightning. Put themselves under pressure that wasn't necessary. Really good defense here from Mamakule, from Liz Craik as well, following it up. Somehow they managed to turn that ball over in there. And then Rosie Galligan, eyes up, heads up. Easy score just outside of the post. Saracens started to take back control here in the game. Got to put her down safely. Liz Craig comes away with the ball here. And then Liv Apps just kind of looks off the defender next to the ruck. Shows like she's going to pass it wide to Gregson and instead dots it down right next to the ruck. Saracens started to take control. Great ball at the back. Good sack from Loughborough. But Saracens managed to keep the ball, keep it alive, and just get into a bit of pick and go here. Marley Packer getting in underneath the Loughborough defence. And Saracens come away with a win at the end.
Well, I'm down pitch side. There we are, straight right on cue. You see, you knew when to make your entrance. I'm here with our PWR player of the match, Liv Apps. Liv, many congratulations. How was that one for you?
Yeah, you know what? It was mixed for me, I would say. Like, I think Loughborough really put up a good fight, and we struggled with our discipline, and a good quality side like that is going to get into their own 22 and execute when they need to. So it was definitely a struggle, but I'm proud of the team and how we fought back.
Yeah, Sophie de Goody up there in commentary is a little worried as to how much of a fix this looks because Canadian teammate called player of the match. But I think it was very much your effort at the start of that game, particularly the zip, the tempo that Saracens needed, 2 quick scores. But it was then Loughborough that kept that pressure on for a while.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think that we struggled with our own discipline again and like let them in, and we were really proud of how we started the game, and we've been really focused on that this season, and that is the kind of rugby that we want to play. So we came away from that a little bit, but then we found our way with our impacts. I think our players coming off the bench did a really good job today.
Yeah, there seemed to be a little bit of a moment where maybe towards the end of that first half, we don't want to get the Saracens side of where perhaps heads are not cool enough to deal with some of that pressure. But actually, maybe the halftime break came at a good time, heads in the fridge, and second half seemed to do the business.
Yeah, I think exactly that. And then when we have a strong finisher, people coming off the bench, able to put the impact in and bring the line speed and bring that physical dominance that we need, it just helps us finish the game well.
Yeah, so that's 5 wins out of 6. Not a bad place to be so far, right?
It's not a bad place to be. I mean, I feel like it's still early on in the season. We still have Exeter next weekend away and Sale away, so lots to focus on before the break, but definitely happy where we're at.
Yeah, I should think so. Well, I'm very pleased to award you with your Player of the Match prize, which we are delighted to be offering you. Many congratulations. There you go. And enjoy that win. Thanks very much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. Cheers.
Thanks, Liv. So Liv Apps, who is our player of the match, I'm going to ask Sophie to just come in and rejoin us. And there we go. We've got a microphone into your hand as well. It's been a lot of fun having you alongside us today. Have you enjoyed being this side of the mic?
Yeah, it was a really fun afternoon for me. I think it's a great angle up there to see the game from and watch it all unfold. And as a Saracens player, I'm happy to see it come out this way. But as a commentator, it was good to see such a close match contested.
Yeah. Do you think you learn anything different from that point of view that we have up there?
Yeah, definitely. I think you just see and feel the momentum shifts of the game a bit differently when you're up there and you can watch it all unfold and see who's coming to life.
Well, it's been our absolute treat to have you with us. Thank you so much for bringing your expertise, your insight, and for all of you out there as well. Having a World Player of the Year is not a bad angle to have of our own from the commentary position, is it? That about wraps it up for us. We have a BBC iPlayer game coming for you next week as well. It is Harlequins against Sale Sharks. Really looking forward to that. Here are the rest of the fixtures, of course, that you can see as we lead through the end of this break before Christmas, and those matches that are picking up at the start of next season, because we have rounds 9 to 14 all available for you to check out. So get onto the PWR website if you would like to see those. But Quins against Sale, our next BBC iPlayer match. Sarah Orchard and Cat Merchant will be looking after you for that match next weekend in round 7. But for now, it is time for me and Sophie de Goody to get out of the wind and the rain and go and dry off a little bit. From all of us here at the StoneX, it's a very good evening.
New era.